I mean, what other? I'll say this: what other options does he have, though?
Well, so my point in the discussion on Rap Life Review, and you can check the whole thing out on YouTube or on Apple Music, however you want to get to it. My point in the discussion was just that. What are his options as an artist? And would somebody that we fell in love with as hip hop fans, Drake, when we met him as of wanting to be vulnerable young guy who wanted to rap and talk about his vulnerabilities and his perspective on life before it became this kind of tough talk guy. My point was, go back to that guy. Where's the guy that was okay saying, you know what, I just want to be successful, man. I'm really trying. I just want to be successful. Where's that guy?
He showed up. He showed up on that last song.
Oh, damn. Why you doing him like that, bro?
No, I'm saying it did. He did.
You played yourself.
Where he was like, oh, man, you lying. I don't want to play no more.
But it wasn't exactly. That's the thing, though, Cass. It wasn't exactly that. Like there was some.
He was still cocky. Like he was still like, "Yo, you ain't doing it right."
Yeah, let me know when y'all want to start telling the truth. Like he was still making it. You know.
What I'm saying is Drake has an opportunity to really ingratiate himself to people and learn something from this scenario.
No, what you're saying is, I believe the move that Ebro is suggesting is, and of course I will double co-sign this, is
here we go
back to the lab and drop the greatest, most introspective hip-hop album you've ever made. That's what you do. Come back with your 5 mic, oh my God, he wins Grammy kind of album. Don't just try to drop another club song and hookah it up again and they act like nothing happened. You're saying something has to change here. This was a culture shifting moment, and you have to change with it.
And that's what meeting the challenge is. That's what meeting the moment is. The bully got knocked down, y'all.
Yeah. So
because as much as people are saying, "Oh, everybody hating on Drake," the reason Drake was confident enough to talk about women who are in new relationships and call their men groupies is because he's a bully, and he's sitting at the top. He was sitting at the top. Looking down on everybody, being condescending towards everybody.
That is what the style was, yes.
Right.
But he did it under the guise of, and again where the learning opportunity is, he did it under the guise of everybody hates me. I got so many ops, everyone's against me. And Ebro, if he handles this the wrong way, he'll just use this as proof that what he was saying was correct.
Right.
See? And I don't need to change anything because everyone's always hated me. And what you're saying is, no, it's not that everybody always hated you. It's that you got cocky and people got resentful. And then you picked a fight with the wrong person. Because
everybody didn't always hate you, bro.
Well, that's
people wanted to work with you.
Mm-hmm. And, Ebro, like I said this before, and I've said this numerous times about Drake. Drake became the guy that he hated. When he first came out, like original Drake, he hated on the guy that Drake is now. Like, oh, this guy gets all the girls, this guy has all the money, blah, 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 blah. And then he became that.
He did. It's so true.
He became that. So then, it was natural. It was almost natural progression.
And I'm going to tell you guys something right now. No one has been around him to say, hey, let's get things right here. You're off your square a little bit. Instead, what they generally do is go on a world tour of phone calls yelling at people who have anything to say about it.
Whoa. When is this happening?
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Come on, bro. It's out here. Everybody knows calls are getting made.
Uh-oh.
That always happens. Calls get made. When people
if that's happening, if phone calls are happening from the OVO team because they're angry at how this is being covered, hit the button.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You don't think that's happened?
No. If you're saying it's happening, I'll take it at face value. I haven't got a phone call. Nobody's called any entity I'm associated with or anybody I'm associated with. But if it is, you get the button because you're not making it better.
Listen, I did not receive anything, but I've heard even in previous instances when things happen, that everyone's kind of always like,
yes, that
is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why are we, and maybe there's an opportunity for Drake to get back to the things that people do love about him. Because, let's be real. Drake's one of the greatest ever. His run is absolutely unmatched. His willingness to get in the ring and scrap with people is admirable.
Beautiful.
His list of hits, greatest list of hits in history. No one can even argue with that.
There you go. Talk to him.
And I don't think he's a bad guy. But I do think over the last several years that he lost a little bit of his way. And I do think that this whole thing, you're right, Ebro, if he takes it the right way, he could turn it into a W. But you gotta view it the right way.
Well, and I'll take it a step further for people, who really were perplexed and didn't understand like how his blackness was being challenged, and they thought people were challenging his race of being black. And that wasn't the challenge.
Right.
The challenge was your attachment to culture and how you put on this black scent, this look when you're performing. But when we see you in other environments, the way you code switch is like you're not even that same person.
Right.
That's what was challenged here. There's an opportunity for him to learn from that as well and examine that. Is he the type of artist that's willing to examine himself or examine what he didn't quite understand about culture because he didn't grow up in certain environments?
But I will add, though, there is a certain layer of the criticisms of him, that one and otherwise, all of them that are based in a little bit of like, shut up. There is a little bit of hate, there is a little bit of...
A little?
No, it's a lot. Guys, I hate to do this to you, but when you are of mixed race and your cultural center, people are questioning because of where you come from and how you were raised when you are black, that's a thing. How you deal with that lets us know whether or not you were raised around black folks or not. If you was raised around black folks, you don't get in your feelings because black folks check you about everything. They check black people who ain't mixed and they check black people who are mixed. They check you on everything to see where you're at so they know how to deal with you.
Right.
When that happens, if you get all defensive, they be like, look at him. Look at him. That's what happened with Drake. You wanted to play with the slave thing? You wanted to play with that?
You played yourself.
People hit you with the button. You wanted to, when he said the N-word thing, he said that to see how you would respond. Because technically the N-word isn't even something you defend. It's not a word that you get, I can use the N-word if I want to use the N-word. That's not a thing that you do.
Right.
You don't even discuss it. It's not even up for discussion. But you open the song with your white mom going, I think it would be a good idea if you don't start to, and he goes, N-word, and starts rattling off the N-word as many times as he can. After your white mom suggested you shouldn't use the N-word, but you want to just wave that in people's face. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing?
So you're saying that didn't ingratiate himself further while in the midst of this thing?
No.
Didn't really help, no.
Congratulations.
I have another one.
You played yourself.
What do you got today on the list?
I gotta tell I love our friend Cardi B. I love Cardi B. This repeated conversation of the I don't mess with Trump or Biden is starting, Ebro, to wear on me a tad.
What do you mean starting? I mean, I left a comment as soon as I saw that where I was like, well, then you're voting for Trump. So, like, if you're saying that you don't mess with either, then you want Trump to win. That's it. End of discussion.
Now, just to be clear, I believe from what I read, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the issue that it seemed like she had truly separated from Biden on was the unmitigated, horrific disaster that is Israel's war on Gaza.
Which is most people that are really having an issue right now.
Now, I am in lockstep with you on my level of disgust for the support of this. However, there are two candidates. One is trying, even though you may not see it, and we may think that he's being weak. One of them is trying.
Why are you doing this?
To diplomatically go, yo, stop doing this. We need Israel to stop.
Are you talking to people who already don't understand about how they should understand? Is that what you're doing right now? Hit yourself with the button too.
Congratulations.
But Cardi purports herself to be a person who's into politics and into American history. She does. She is, that is what she's into. So Cardi's not the average person. She should know that even though Biden, he's been terrible and disappointing, he is trying to make this thing stop. The other guy who will win if Biden loses is openly like, Israel shouldn't defend itself? Bomb away. So, in other words, your frustration that the war is one thing is going to allow you to not vote for that guy, so another guy will come in and make it worse. Hit yourself with the button if that's the main issue you care about.
Congratulations.
Is that what she said? She said that she wouldn't vote for Biden?
She's not voting for either.
For either one.
She won't vote for either.
She said, I'm not voting at all.
She said, because I don't F with none of
No,
them.
maybe she's going to vote for RFK, or maybe she's going to vote for Cornel West.
Right, a Green Party.
Smokey the Bear. Write him in.
Also, if you want to be really direct on that issue to Cardi and everybody else, be direct on that issue. Make a statement and say how you feel about it, and say it with your chest that you're disgusted by it. Don't just do I'm not voting for anybody. That's weak. That's weak. That's not a big statement. That's just empowering Trump. Get out there and say how you feel about the issue and that you want Biden to do more. But the idea of just being like, no, because I'm upset with how he's handling it, I want someone who's going to handle it worse. I'm going to allow someone who's going to handle it worse, plus take women's rights away, become president.
Well, the House of Representatives, which is predominantly the GOP, because Biden was slow to deliver weapons this week, they passed a bill forcing Biden to deliver weapons to Israel. So Biden actually this week and last week was like, no more weapons for you, Israel. Not doing it. The Republicans said, no, sir, we're passing in the House. No, we're passing a bill that's going to force you. How dare you turn your back on our allies? So for those of you that are wondering where this is going to go, just know, and like people say, especially on this issue, both sides want to support Israel to some degree and give them weapons in this time of absolute chaos, death, and murder to the highest degree.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
And so keep in mind, that's what I'm going to say it again. If you want to I'm going to lay out and I ain't voting for anybody, you want to see Trump as president.
And by the way, we didn't give it to Macklemore. And Macklemore, you too. Great song, great message. You throwing in your whole, and I'm not, F you, I'm not voting for Biden. Grow up, bro. Grow up. The other guy wants to do more. If you pay attention, you can tell, even though he's being a PU, you know what about it, you could tell Biden wants to get out of the war business with Israel. Trump wants to double down on it.
Maybe this is what people need, though. They need Project 2025 to really happen. They need to see that.
Oh,
if you haven't read up on Project 2025, y'all need to see that.
Oh, the plan for the future Republican plan to
how they're
further.
They're going to get rid of all of the agencies that run any checks and balance system. All of that. They're getting rid of all of that. All of it. Federal employees, they want to get rid of all of that. Read up on Project 2025. I'll send it to the group, and I'll post something that breaks it down for you, because that's why yesterday, there was an argument in the House of Representatives between a young lady named Jasmine Crockett and Marjorie Taylor Greene. The reason that argument started was because Jasmine Crockett, a representative from Texas, had someone who wrote Project 2025 in the chamber and was questioning him about Project 2025 and how racist it was and how dangerous it was. That's what started the whole thing. And they busted into a full-blown argument yesterday.
That's what it started on?
Yes, because Jasmine was grilling this guy about Project 2025.
And the most ignorant, racist idiot in the entire house is the one who got angry and started throwing a fit and calling her names.
And told her she couldn't read because her eyelashes were too long. And then AOC jumped in, and then Jasmine Crockett called her basically SpongeBob SquarePants. And then the whole thing got crazy.